All right, guys, we have got a treat today. I've got a trifecta of Omega Planet Oceans to talk about today. These two I have done videos on previously because I own both of these and have for, I don't know, it's been at least a year. It's been a while. I'd have to look back. I've owned this one maybe a year and a half, 2 years. And I've owned this one maybe 3, maybe 4 years by now. God, I don't know. I'll go back and look, and I'll try to put down in the description how long it's been, because now you got me curious, and I didn't even think about that before the video. I can't really lay this one out just because of the way the strap works. It just doesn't work. So yeah, what you get. Okay. And the real treat on this is this guy here. It's the reference number that I'm going to totally botch because I didn't write that down. The 2201.50.00, maybe, I think. This is actually a Bond watch, and it's for sale. So check the description. I'll put a price down in the description. So if you're watching this in the future, check the description. If there's a price, it's still available. If it says sold, then well, it's sold, and there you go. This is a 42 millimeter. This is a Gen 1 original version Planet Ocean that my friend David sent in. I think it's super, super cool. And I'm having a hard time not buying it myself because I like groups of 3, and to have a trifecta of Planet Oceans would just be awesome to me. I wouldn't wear it on this rubber strap. It works. I'll give you a quick wrist shot here. Let me zoom back out. Just get that out of the way. I'm not going to go through all of the specs and details. I think enough people have probably done that with this watch over the years that it's probably not necessary. So on this hole, it's a little bit tight on me. So I wear it on the hole next, which is slightly loose on me. I like my watches to breathe a little bit, but I can almost rotate it around, so it's a little bit much for me. But 42 millimeters, I can totally rock. It does come with the full kit. It does have the bracelet. There is some wear on the bracelet. It's okay. We'll do some close-ups of the watch itself as well. Bezel works great. It runs flat out 0 plus or minus on a time grapher. It's an awesome watch, and I have wanted a true Bond watch for a long time. This came out in, this particular model was made in 2010. I know that because, again, I have the full kit, the warranty card, all of that good stuff. David bought it in 2018 from Del Rey Watches, and the original models came out in 2005. In 2008, this was in Quantum of Solace, James Bond movie. He wore this in the 42 millimeter with the matte black dial and on bracelet. Again, it's a Bond watch. Why am I even considering not buying it myself? I don't know. Probably because I have 2 other Planet Oceans. Do I really need a third? Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear your opinion. So this has the 8500 movement. One of the biggest differences other than the size is, well, which is also size, but is the thickness. It is much thinner. So in the Gen 1 over here on my left, it just had the 8500 movement, which did not have the coaxial portion of the movement, which gets you that COS, the COSC certified and METIS certified super accurate timekeeping. Although this one does great. It doesn't have a see-through case back, where this one does. This is the 8900 movement, which is COS and METIS certified to be plus or minus, I think it's 2 seconds a day. This one's running at 0 seconds a day, plus or minus. So that's okay. And then this guy, because it has a GMT movement, it has the 8906 movement. Okay. But I thought it was a cool comparison to show a 42 millimeter, a 43.5, and a 45.5. Now, when I bought this, I didn't really know what size it was. I tried it on in Vegas. I've talked about how I bought this before. I tried it on in Vegas. Let me give you a wrist shot of this guy. And I thought it was a 43, just like my white dial, because I'd had my white dial already. And then I'm looking at some paperwork, looking at it online and whatever before I actually picked it up. And it said 45 and a half. And I was like, what? Is that going to be too big? No, it's not. It's perfect. Because it's all ceramic. It's a ceramic case, ceramic bezel. Ceramic bezel, ceramic case, ceramic. Just everything. It's all ceramic. The crown, that's what I'm talking about. Actually, I don't think the crown is actually ceramic. It's just black, anodized. But it works great. It wears like the 43 and a half. It's lighter. It's black, so it just appears smaller to me. And it just works great. This is my GMT, the only GMT in my collection. And it's something that I wear a lot. Okay. We've talked about this before. Again, another reason why I'm probably not going to buy the Bond watch, although I'm tempted, is because these are the two watches I wear the most. A 40 millimeter Rolex Air King and a 45.5 millimeter Omega Planet Ocean. This is the deep black version. This is just Planet Ocean, and Air King. So here you can see 40, 42, 43.5. And this one, it's a little deceiving because it is up above at 45.5. I think they're all great watches. This one's super cool. I wear the Air King all the time. I wear this second the most. But since I've had this for a while from Dave, I've actually been wearing it. He told me wear it, check it out. Maybe I'll buy it. Maybe I won't. That sort of thing. It's in great shape. If anybody is interested, matte black dial, orange at the tip of the seconds hand. Is it seconds hand or second hand? Seconds, I think. There you can see. If we look around the case, I'll give you kind of a look around the whole thing just because you may be interested. It's got the Omega symbol there on the crown. It does come with this B&R bands rubber strap, HE on the helium escape valve, which is a controversial thing because it's like a wart on the edge of the Planet Ocean and the Seamasters. So this is a Seamaster Planet Ocean. Not a lot on the case back on this guy, but very cool, stunning watch. And it wears really well because it's a 42 millimeter. So 42 millimeter is going to be just like your Seiko SKXs, things like that. 42 is a very standard, common size. Here it is next to the 43. And again, it's super thin. It's a lot thinner than any of the other Planet Oceans. And so it just wears really, really well. Let me show you the bracelet as well, just to give you, it's worn. He's used it. He wore it on the bracelet for a while. This is very common wear and tear, if you will, on the clasps. If we look at mine, it's very similar. Oops, turn it around so you can read it. It's very similar. Okay, there's maybe a little bit more on his, but that's, I've had mine cleaned up a couple of times already. My AD will polish this up when I go in. It kind of buffs it all out. So mine's been buffed out a few times. This does not have a adjust on the fly, but it does have a dive extension. That is one of the things early on you did not get on the fly adjustments. I think you can, this is it. There's no micro adjust or anything. It just is what it is. It does have all of the links if you're interested in it, which I would need because his wrist is a lot smaller than me. The on-the-fly adjustment that I'm talking about, mine has the dive extension as well, but then it's got the push button here. So you can just dial it out and then it ratchets back in. I guess you got to push the button. And then it goes in and back out. So I have it just one little line out for me at this time of year in the summertime. And then the rest of the time I push it all the way in and you're good to go. So I think it is really, the Planet Ocean's just a very cool watch in general. It's why I have a couple of them. And yeah, I mean, having a Bond watch, I think that's really the key, is the fact that it was actually a Bond watch. This was not the one that he actually wore in the movie. Okay, it's the model that he wore, all of that, right? But yeah, I think they're super cool. What do you guys think of Planet Oceans? It's, yeah, I love them. I don't wear this one very often. I don't even wear my Seamaster Diver 300 much anymore because, again, this one just works perfect for me. This is my daily driver. I wear it for most everything. I just don't care. The ceramic's going to hold up forever. It doesn't show scratches, and I think it's just great. It's one of my favorite pieces. But let me know your thoughts. If you want me to dive into this and give you more specs and just do like a whole review on just this watch, let me know in the comments. I'm glad to do that. If anybody's interested in buying it, hit me up in the email, Facebook message, Instagram. You know, you guys know how to get a hold of me. Let me know, and I can hook you up with the seller. Like I said, it has the whole kit. It's got the paperwork, the inner box, the outer box, everything that it came with new, it has. So it's all down under this table, ready to ship to a new buyer, hopefully, and not take that box and put it in the garage with the rest of my boxes and put this in my watch box. It's what I don't want to have happen. So please, somebody reach out and let's get this thing sold.